Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is verb phrase 126. The verb phrase today is to be glued to, or to be glued to something. Okay, let's take a look at the note here. We actually have two definitions here. If someone is glued to a television or computer screen, he or she is paying very close attention to something. So we might often say somebody's eyes are glued to something. Obviously, the idea, alludes to real glue, like it's stuck. You're staring at something. So we say that, you're glued to something. All right, and let's look at the second meaning here, of course. To be staring at something and not move, because you are very interested in what you are looking at. So these two would probably cover pretty much everything. All right, let's look at several examples we have here. All right, example number one. My husband is usually glued to the TV on Thanksgiving, watching one football game after another. Yeah, you hear a lot of wives or women sometimes complaining over the Thanksgiving Day holiday. That's like the beginning of football season, and very often a lot of guys will stay home, and they don't just watch one football game. They watch one football game after another football game after another football game, and sometimes they complain they can't pull them away. So they might use this term. They might say they're glued to the TV, or their eyes are glued to the TV. All right, good. So let's look at number two here. My husband is a day trader, like somebody that trades stocks, but basically he trades stocks, many stocks every day. Okay. Some people can actually make a lot of money doing this. Some people also can lose their shirt doing this too. You got to be careful. My husband is a day trader, and he spends all his time glued to a computer screen, watching subtle, just like little small fluctuations in stock prices, because if it hits a certain number, he might sell, another certain number he might buy, and he's just looking for like a little movements throughout the day to try to make money on a daily basis this way. Okay, so obviously his eyes will be glued to the computer screen. All right, let's look at number three here. We were glued to our seats. Yeah, sometimes we say it this way. Listening to his intriguing speech. Somebody was giving probably a very interesting speech, and you were listening intently, and you couldn't move. You didn't want to leave. So you were glued to your seats listening to what he was saying because it was so interesting. Could be. That's another way we use it. Or number four, her eyes were glued to the movement of his hands because she thought he was a shoplifter. Yeah, this may be somebody in a store, and maybe they've seen this person before. They think this person might want to be stealing, so they're watching everywhere his fingers are going. So her eyes were glued to his hands, because she suspected he might be that type of person that might try to be stealing something in the store. Okay, good. Anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it's clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.